Ladies and gentlemen, we are under 1 month away from Halo Infinite Season 4, and there's been some more information coming out about the season, lots happening on Halo Infinite at the moment, and it's given me time to actually see how far the game has come. It has been a long road. Halo Infinite has always had potential, and we've always known that, but for the first time in a long time, we're actually finally starting to see it happen. We know for Season 4 we're getting new maps, new modes. Most notable of them are Infection, 18 months later to kill a player, and it swaps the teams. A lot of you guys are saying it was held back for the story. I don't think so, but today we have some new Infection information that you guys are going to find interesting. It changes the mode slightly from the original version, which I don't know if I agree with. 343 has a habit of slightly changing things, often for the worse, and I've always said, look, please don't change stuff. We also have an update on the progression system, as well as future maps and modes that we're going to get in the future. So let's jump into it. So first and foremost, we have the progression system coming in Season 4 of Halo Infinite, and new reports from Serasia say that it's actually going to be retroactive. Now, I thought everyone was going to be starting at rank 1, and I think it should be that way. 343 will share more in the coming weeks, but from my understanding, and shout out to Footed Ghost for his video, not everyone's going to be starting at rank 1. We don't know how much yet, but based on how much you've played, you may get to skip some of the starting ranks. Now for me, I played 9,500 games, and Footed Ghost in his video said it's capped, so you can only go up a certain amount. So I was really looking forward to grinding from rank 1, so you guys let me know in the comments. Do you think everyone should be starting at rank 1, or should people get a head start based on how much they've played already? In Infection news, there was a leaked version on Halo Infinite, and it had a very interesting setting. Typically, when you're the last Spartan standing, you get overshield. However much time is left remaining in the round, say 2 to 3 minutes, you get to hold out and kill as many Spartans as you can. And for me, I think that's the most fun part of Infection. How long can you last before all the zombies overwhelm you? Arguably the funnest part of Infection. Now, there's a 30-second timer. It seems like 343 is limiting how long you can be the last Spartan standing. Now, this might change before launch, but with the leaked version on retail Halo Infinite that was then taken away, that was the case. And I had so many of you guys say, Remy, please talk about this, because it's something that doesn't need to be changed. And I agree with that. I understand wanting to put a new spin on things, and I wouldn't even mind if it's a setting. You can set it to be indefinite, or you can give it a 30-second timer, but I think by default, if you're the last one standing, you should be able to hold out for as long as you can until the round ends, instead of it just being 30 seconds. Reasons for them doing that, they don't want people to get farmed and then quit the game. That is the main reason for a lot of changes 343 makes. For example, in big team battle, if you stand on the enemy base, they will actually spawn on your base. This is to again stop spawn killing and stop farming, but in doing so, you completely break objective game modes like capture the flag, because if you go to their base, you take the flag and you take it back to your base, they're already waiting for you because that's where they respawned. So 343, please don't change things that don't need to be changed, because often it's changed for the worse, not for the better. There's lots of little instances I've seen, like the multi-kill timer. Why it has to go up every 2.5 seconds every time you get a multi-kill, so it starts at 5 seconds, and then to get a kill in there you have 7 seconds in between kills, which is very, very long. And even the multi-kill emblems themselves, I still don't think they look as good as the original, with the 10 stars versus what we have now. Again, another change I don't think should have happened. This brings us to future content. Shout out to Bathrobe Spartan for the information, and a lot of you guys have been wondering just how much content is being worked on by 343, how much can we expect, and how much is already made. So on screen now is a walkthrough, or a roadmap of sorts, showing new content that will be coming to Halo Infinite in the next couple of seasons. And there's a lot. There is a lot of maps that are on the way. Some of them haven't been arted yet and made to look pretty, but there seems to be over a year's worth of content here. The new BTB maps look pretty awesome. The new Forge canvas is going to be Forge World, which I am so excited for, by the way. If that doesn't launch with a brand new version of Blood Gulch, Hemorrhage from Halo Reach or Halo Combat Evolved, I'll be very, very surprised. And something I found interesting is there's a new weapon, the Combat Knife, which I speculated might have been for the Battle Royale, because everyone starts with a knife and you scavenge weapons. So I don't know if that will come out in a future content update, but it may launch with the Battle Royale whenever Certain Affinity actually finishes it, but it's interesting, so I thought I would include it. Finally today, the equipment. And equipment is my favorite part of Halo Infinite. The Sandbox is fantastic, the grapple hook is awesome, and the repulsor is just damn fun. We've seen the Quantum Translocator, there's also the Threat Seeker, the Stasis Field, a Grav Lift, which feels straight out of Halo 3, and the vehicle repair field, something we've never seen before, but it's definitely interesting. What if it sticks to a vehicle and then you drive it around? You'd be like invulnerable in a vehicle. So it's very interesting to see what they're working on. The last thing that I thought was very interesting was vehicles themselves. The Falcon and the Cougar we've both seen from leaks. The Cougar, I think, is that big tank that wasn't actually textured. The forklift actually being drivable. That's gonna be so cool for Forge custom games, I cannot wait. And proper flyable Pelicans and Phantoms. This would be huge. One, because it was taken away from the campaign, and people absolutely love that. But two, I would love a race game mode with these vehicles. As for game modes, the stuff we know that is already coming is VIP, Infection, and the minigame mode, which is going to help forgers create their own custom games. And the stuff we don't know about is the fan favorite Assault. That has been in the files for ages. We've seen lots of leaks about that, about the game mode almost being finished. And One Bomb Assault is a Halo classic, so I hope that comes soon. There's also Extraction, which had leaks and audio lines shown off a little while ago. And finally, Payload. Now, there was an unfinished Payload in the files when the game first came out. I personally thought it was just an unfinished game mode for a concept they did ages ago. I didn't think it was actually going to become a proper game mode, but time will tell. With all of that said, there is a lot of content coming to Halo Infinite for a very long time to come, and I really think Halo Infinite does have the possibility of becoming one of the best Halo games. It's just such a shame that some of the developers, who no longer work there by the way, had this vision for this monetization riddled game. But if you take out the monetization side of things, there is a lot of good content on this game. It's a lot of fun to play, and I really hope it gets to where it should be, because even as it is, end of Season 3, heading into Season 4, I'm having a lot of fun playing. So with all of that said, thank you guys for watching, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.